that's what I'm thinking. I think this could be a lot of fun. I've just added probably 10.5 years of work, I think, probably somewhere in. Welcome back to the workbench, where we try to make things. And we're continuing to try to make today is Revell's Ford FD-100 pickup, the Foose design kit they put out a while back, but we're going to be doing it a lot different, actually. It turns out, starting today, this is what I want to talk about, we're going to be doing a lot of things different with this kit than it comes out of the box. So let's talk about that. In fact, let me point out, there's so much that we're doing different on this that I've brought back the lower camera here. Can you guys, hopefully the lower camera is working. If it's working, I've brought back the lower camera so we can get a better look at this, because we're going to do this a lot different. We'll talk about that along the way. But what I wanted to do, I think the best way to kind of discuss this is to break it down as we go. So start with it together, or what I've got together so far, and then kind of break it down, and we'll see. Stick around. We'll take a look at this. But the first thing I wanted to talk about is the stance of the car. In fact, this is what I want the stance to be. Notice the running boards are sitting on the ground. So if there was grass, it would be in the weeds, as they say. But if I put the wheels in place, which, by the way, work fine. So hopefully, can you see down below? I don't know if you can see, but they work with where we've got our spindle and our rear axles. It would work. Okay, so that's not a problem. But you can probably start to see a problem, especially in the back. So the front, not a big deal. In the front, I could just box in the, this front wheel fits in the fender. It doesn't fit in the inner fender wells. Not a big deal. I can box in those fender wells. I can put in a different fender. We can make that work. That's easy. Where we can see the real problem is in the back here. I mean, these wheels, which I've got backwards, this wheel is well above the rear fender. And that's a problem. So we could cut the fender, raise the fender, and it'll fit. But that poses another problem, as that then we're not sitting even with our running board. We'd be up higher in the back. So we could add fender to the bottom, but then you got this long fender well here. And I kind of like those being, I like the proportions we have. I don't want a big long fender well in the back. So what we might have to do is obviously add fender to the top. So that's something that I'm thinking about. Or obviously we can just raise, the back will come up a little bit and we'll have a little bit of rake and it won't sit flat on the ground. That's an option too. But what I think I really want to do is add fender to the top of the fender and make this thing sit literally on the ground like it is right now. In full deflation, I guess. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this. We always have to talk about the mistakes, the goof ups, all that. So if I spin this, I don't know if it's better to see. You might be able to see it from the top and from down low. Our frame rails up front, where we had built our custom chassis, we C-notched that, and then I built in the frame rails back in the front, are a little low. Can we see? They should be coming out here. Instead, they're coming out basically a frame rail low. And that's because, in fact, can I show you? That's because when I put the frame back together, let me go and just pull this apart a little bit. When I put the frame back together, I actually, well, you can see what I did. I set the frame flat on the ground and then put the frame rails flat on the ground instead of lining them up with this frame rail. Okay, so the only reason I bring this up is it poses a problem in the front end, because now, let me see if I can hold this, our bumper that comes with the front end is going to be too low, right? It's because this actually mounts to the frame rails and it's going to be too low, as you can see, and that's not going to work. But I had some plans, or I have some plans with this build. Let me just kind of set that back right there. I had bought this Bronco kit from Ollie's, like 15 bucks, and I was going to build it on the Patreon members channel, Patreon/members channels, but I don't think we're going to do that. Instead, I think we're going to incorporate a lot of this Bronco stuff into this build. Now, don't worry, if you're a channel member or a Patreon member, or you want to become one, we still got a build coming up, and here's what that's going to be. I'll just show you real quick. It's going to be a Freightliner, and the point of this is going to become the shop's Freightliner. There's a lot of plans as far as shop coming, but this will be the Freightliner for the shop. We're going to build it over on those channels. If that's something you're interested in, check the join button down below or the Patreon page. Anyways, but the point being is I think we're going to use Bronco stuff. And what I was really thinking about incorporating at first was the Bronco interior, which you can see there's painter's tape here in the interior already. So we'll look at that in just a second, but let's finish talking about this front end. So the stock front end was this guy here. But again, the bumper is going to be too low, and I don't know. That's just, I mean, it's cool. I like it. But what if we were able to incorporate the Bronco grill and the more modern looking headlights and all that very Bronco headlight type setup? If I could just get it in place, you can see that the headlights are actually the same distance apart. I mean, obviously we would have to make this fit and make it work. And then if we did that, my thought is we use that's the back bumper. Where's the front bumper? The Bronco front bumper. Now I would smooth this all out. I don't want it to look 4x4-ish. Let me show you down here. Might see better. We take the tow hooks off, we smooth all that, we smooth this all out, and then what we could do, let me get this back on the chassis where it goes, is then cut this in and form it into the front right there. So we had more of a roll pan. I think this bumper would work smoothed out. I don't want all this 4x4 look to it. And then the grill would be on top like so. And I think that would be pretty cool, because my original thought when I was putting this together, if I can get this thing out of here, the tape makes it pretty tight. I've got it all just kind of taped in place to see how it would fit, because I've already started working on it. Can you give me the interior back, please? Okay, everything's falling apart, but if I can just get the interior out. You notice nothing's glued together yet. It's all just being mocked up, obviously. But my interior thoughts was we put the Bronco interior in. So this is the Bronco dash and center console. The center console, I had to, if I pull the dash up like this, I had to shave quite a bit of the front side of the center console off to make it fit in here. And then the dash fits pretty well. We would have to add in a little bit of material in the corners to fit, down in these corners. Because my other thought is too, we're not going to use, in fact, let me go ahead and just start pulling this apart so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. If I pull, here's the center console, which I think will look really cool in there. That's going to look really good sitting in there like that. We have the Bronco seats too. Let me not forget to remind you about the Bronco. The seats will be in. We're going to have, I think, the pass-through box going to the bed of the truck. And then I'm going to cut we'll use the Bronco door panels too. So we'll incorporate the door panels in here instead of these door panels. And so we kind of have a full Bronco interior going on. And I think that would look pretty cool. Obviously, you can let me know what you think. Also, I'm thinking about, which I forgot to bring it up, but I'm thinking about the Bronco tailgate, incorporating it in here, and then the rear bumper, which will smooth out and narrow, and then pushing it back in like a roll pan. Obviously, it would take a lot of narrowing. So you'd have all these Bronco looks. Now, I forgot to mention, where's the, oh, here you go. It says Bronco across the grill. I think I'd remove that. Like, I don't want the Bronco stuff on there, but I want it to look Bronco-ish, if that makes sense. I don't know. I thought it would be fun and a cool idea. And the fact that it kind of fits as well as it does, I think it would be kind of a cool idea. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about was, I think I've decided to go ahead and just fill everything, including the fuel filler. Actually, no, I'm going to take that back. I'm probably not going to fill the fuel filler. I'll leave that as the only kind of thing on the exterior of the car. But we're going to do that pass-through subwoofer box, which I didn't even look it up. I'm pretty much 100% positive that the original gas tank would have been behind the seat. So you can't exactly do a pass-through gas tank, or you can't do a pass-through speaker box if there's a fuel tank in the way. So we're going to have to move the fuel tank. And I'm thinking what we'll do, here's our chassis, is maybe in some way, this is the Bronco fuel tank. Maybe we can incorporate a fuel tank here in the fuel rails, which we'd have to do a lot of modifications because it would have to sit, it can't sit that low. Everything has to sit higher than this, or we just put a fuel cell in the back. But we're going to have a lot going on. You got to remember, this is going to be a box back here. Then we've got air compressors and air tank and all that for the air ride stuff. Has to go back here. I do think we'll do probably like a tonneau cover back here, because I even thought about trying to incorporate the rear. So this is all the rear panels from the Bronco, trying to incorporate those into the box back here a little bit, along with, like, here's the back panel, incorporating it. Obviously it goes this way. We'd have to cut it down. So incorporate all that, cover it with a tonneau cover that's removable, and then you'd have a fully built out bed, and then a speaker box here with an acrylic, probably acrylic, I don't know if we do an acrylic top or acrylic face to it where you could see in. Anyways, that's what I'm thinking. I think this could be a lot of fun. I've just added probably 10.5 years of work, I think, probably somewhere in that neighborhood. But I think it could be a lot of fun to, I guess it's a batch, kind of batch these together or incorporate these two kits together. Let me know what you think, or if there's something you do a little different down in the comment section. I'm kind of excited to do it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think it'll make, I've kind of been looking around YouTube, and this kit's been built a lot. I didn't realize that. I actually had no idea this kit had been built so much. So I really want to do something different. That's just, I don't know. I haven't searched. I don't know if this has been done. I don't know. In the real world or the modeling world, I don't know. But I think this would be a lot of fun to try to do. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. I really do appreciate all the input I get from you guys. Yeah, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to keep up with us. Hit the hype button. Do all those things everybody tells you to do on YouTube. I got to get at it. I got to get back to work. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.